Destructive thoughts. When you look at it, destructive thoughts. I need to let that marinate for a moment, because the reason why we don't do anything about a lot of things in our life, we don't view them as destructive. Because if they were destructive, definitely we will act in a different way. Yeah. Give you a situation to sort of like laugh at me and smile at me. One day I was being very proactive in cleaning out the kitchen. And Tiffany, be quiet right now. You know what I'm saying? I was cleaning out the kitchen, and the story goes, and I was cleaning the grill, and I was cleaning it down. And it was sort of like one of those George Foreman grills, but it was a real cooktop. It had a little drip pan and all that. And I'm cleaning it, washing it down, and everything like that. But I'm moving real fast. And while I'm moving real fast, I'm saying that, I want you to remind you, don't lose me. I'm talking about destructive thoughts. I'm talking about how we respond to destructive thoughts in our lives. And so I'm cleaning the grill, and I clean it real good. I'm real good, man. I go ahead and pour the stuff in the cup and everything like that. I'm cleaning the grill, I'm killing the grill, and I'm like, oh, good. I go ahead and clean up everything up. And all of a sudden, I've been working real hard, and I just poured myself some tea. I just poured myself some tea. And so in the commotion mode, we really jobbling and everything else. I reached out now and grabbed the cup, and I said, okay, cool. And I'm waiting for this awesome, refreshing taste, and I go ahead and chug it back. And the only thing that I taste is lard. I taste lard. I literally have been cleaning the grill, and I grab the wrong gun, and oh man, what the world is going on? And even though I knew that thing, instantly when I tasted or when I began to have that thing in my mouth, I said, oh no, this ain't gonna work. I stopped the process. Went to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get this stuff out. And I run upstairs, and Tiffany looked at me like crazy because I think it was on a Sunday, and I get behind the sink, and I'm like, I'm going through all the motions and stuff like that, and she helped me like, what the world going on? And I go through all of these motions, and I come back later on, and the thing was that this thing was definitely, it was not something that I desired to drink. And so when you are spiritually in tune, if it don't fit, you must quit. I'm telling you, when those things that you literally start drinking that come in to be destructive to your mind, you can't just sit there and say, I just messed up, I might as well go ahead and take it to the head. I literally need to go ahead and throw up, brush my teeth, do whatever is necessary to tear down that destructive thought that literally has violated my body. I'm telling you, I literally, and in the moment of that, I literally found myself literally like, oh my goodness gracious, how can we do that? But what it began to teach me is that when you feel that something has violated you and it don't belong here, you got to get it up. I'm telling you, that's when the Bible says that if your eyes keep on offending you, girl, I'm telling you, you better go ahead and pluck them on out or whatever else. Whatever is defiling you, you got to do something about those things, because if you don't do nothing about them, it's going to make you sick. Destructive thoughts. I'm just telling you, those destructive things that we do in the course of our lives. And I know that was real funny with me, and I know that I'm telling you that sometimes, that every time I walk past that grill, I feel that it's teasing me, you know what I'm saying? It's teasing me, it's winking at me and stuff like that, and I just have to move on. But I'm just telling you that the devil is definitely, you have to understand that this is definitely a battle within your mind. Yeah. The devil is definitely doing so many things on so many different levels in your mind. He's doing everything possible in order to go ahead and cause issues with your mind. Yeah. The reason why it's so important is that we have a couple of things that are working against us when we talk about as we deal with our minds and with our thoughts. This is not on your papers, but anytime that we have an old nature. An old nature, and why is that so important? The old nature is found in Romans the 7th chapter, which we kind of read earlier. It's a self-destructing behaviors that literally represent our whole body, our old lifestyle that literally come against us. And they cause us to try to enter into our thoughts, to try to enter into our mind. So one of the reasons why you got to be on high alert is because your body is playing tricks on you. I'm just going to be honest with you. Your body is playing tricks on you. Your old man is literally playing tricks on you and trying to get into your spirit. He's trying to do everything possible to get you to do the wrong thing. The second thing that we have that goes against us is we call it the adversary of Satan. But let me guess through it right now. Let me help you on out. Satan is nothing more than something else that makes a subjections to you. He's a person that says, have you thought about that? Have you tried that right there? Have you looked at her in that type of way? Have you thought about letting him come that way? That's the thing that the enemy does. And the thing that I found out, and I think it was even from Pastor Rick Warren, that he says a lot of time, he says just because the enemy or just because the bird comes by and it poop everywhere, it don't mean that they have to poop on your head. So what I'm saying is that if you're not careful in your life, just because the enemy is pooping things at different places, don't mean that you got to stand under the poop. Just because he's suggesting different things for you and saying that you should do this right here, don't mean that you have to go ahead and do it. But you have to understand that he's just taking whatever desires that you already have. He uses a lure that is based on whatever you are attracted by. What is the thing that keeps on baiting you to do destructive things? What is the thing that it keeps on coming every single time that he puts on the hook as bait to lure you in so that you stay with that level of body?